Consciousness, the core of human existence, except from flowering of consciousness. Consciousness is the core of human existence. Buddha taught his monks to be mindful of small things as the methodology to attain to crystallization of consciousness. On its own, it is very difficult to attain to crystallization of consciousness. When you are mindful of small things, how you move, how you handle your day-to-day activities. For instance, you dress in the morning, you go to work, you come back, you take off your clothes. These are the small things. If you begin to be mindful of these, when you are mindful of small things, you grow in consciousness moment to moment with each situation. As you grow in consciousness, the moments of unconsciousness begin to get less and less. And then one day the season of spring comes and the consciousness flowers. And lo, the season of spring of consciousness is there. In the beginning, the thoughts remain floating on the inner sky. When consciousness is without thinking, it is awareness. We are trained for doing. Doing brings and strengthens ego. Ego is the shadow of action, and being strengthens consciousness. Then there is only one thing that is not doing, and that is awareness, watchfulness. The only thing that is not part of the world of action is pure awareness. It is so pure that light can pass through it. It is transparent and no shadow is created. Consciousness without thinking is awareness. Being alert and with no thoughts is benediction. Right. Whenever you see thinking gathering in you, disperse it immediately and mindfully. Pull yourself out of it. Look at the trees without the screens of thinking between you and the tree. Listen to the chirping of the birds with no chirping of the mind inside. Look at the sun rising and feel that inside also a sun of consciousness is rising. But do not think about it, or assert or state or say. Instead, simply be. And by you will start feeling the glimpses of awareness as if fresh breeze has entered into your room, which was getting stale and dead. Or as if a ray of light has entered into the dark night of your soul. Or as if suddenly the life has called you back. The deeper your watchfulness becomes, in the same proportion your awareness deepens. And then gaps and intervals start arising. One thought comes and then has disappeared, but the next thought has not come as yet. There is a gap. One cloud passes, and therefore one cloud passes, and before another comes in, there is a gap. In those gaps, for the first time, you will have the glimpses or taste of no mind. You can call it taste of Zen or Tao or Yoga. Names do not matter. In those small intervals, suddenly the sky is clear and sun is shining. Suddenly the world is full of mystery because all barriers are dropped. The screen on your sky is no more. You see clearly and penetratingly. Then whole existence becomes transparent. Remember, the innermost core or innerness or flowering of the being is witnessing, awareness, watchfulness. You can call it anything, but it will be another meaning of witnessing. Truth alone is pure awareness, and when truth begins to blossom through you, know this as the flowering of consciousness. As consciousness flowers, you are more and more aware. Just by being aware, thoughts start disappearing. There is no need to fight. Your awareness is enough to destroy them. And when the mind is empty, the temple is ready. And inside the temple, the only God worth placing is silence. So those three words you have to remember: relaxation, thoughtlessness, and silence. And in these three words, and if these three words are no more words to you, instead become experiences, your life will be transformed. Through the practice of mindfulness, one can attain to awareness. However, only very few people are born with awareness. Those are the people who die full of awareness. If death was conscious, then birth will be conscious as well, because death is one side and birth is another side of the same coin. This is why my whole emphasis is on being awake and alert. When you are aware through life's roads, then you will be aware in the final moments of death as well. A conscious death brings conscious birth as well. Instead, it is benediction to be born conscious and die as well. Awareness is the greatest alchemy possible. Just go on becoming more and more aware, and you will find your life starts changing for better in every possible dimension. It will bring great fulfillment. Mahavir is the first man in the history of human consciousness who has actually worked out that if a man can remember, be aware for 48 minutes continuously, that is enough. He will become enlightened and nobody can prevent him. Just 48 minutes is enough to be enlightened. But it is very difficult even for 48 seconds to be aware. For awareness, you need not renounce the world and go to the mountains or monasteries or anywhere else. Your life gives you enough opportunities to be aware. Each moment, circumstances and situations come when you can be aware or unaware. Somebody insults you, you listen to it with full awareness, and you will be surprised. The insult is no more an insult. You may even smile. It hurts only when it is received in unawareness. Somebody praises and appreciates you. Again, listen with alertness. And then nobody can persuade you to do foolish things. Nobody can bribe you, and flattery to become impossible. You will smile at the whole nonsense of it all. Listen, watch, and be aware. And by, a very different quality of being arises in you, which is neither of the body, nor the feeling, nor of thought. A different pillar of same flame starts, gathering within you and becomes more and more crystallized. As this awareness becomes crystallized, for the first time you will feel more and more that you are. This is the feeling of being, and then moods will become more and more irrelevant. They will come and go, but you will remain undisturbed. The climate will change around you. Someone may die. You may have financial loss, but you will remain unchanged as if nothing has happened. Whatsoever happens on the outside will not in any way change your life or change you within. The within remains absolutely pure and undisturbed. You are watcher on the hill. This is the true nature. Awareness means you are listening to me and focused. Of course, alertness is there. You have not fallen asleep, but alert to these birds, they are chirping, to the winds that passes through the trees, alert to everything that is happening in this precise single moment. Concentration excludes much, includes little. Awareness excludes nothing, includes all. Awareness is the state of no mind. You are yet you are not focused. You are just a mirror reflecting and echoing all. There is beauty in it. Suddenly you are and you are not, and the miracle starts happening. In this silence, you will feel compassion for all suffering beings. It is not to be practiced either. It comes on its own. This moment is enough. Be aware in this moment. This very moment is total. And when next moment you forget, so it be. Be aware of your forgetfulness. One has to be attentive even to one's inattentiveness. There are moments when you are aware. In those moments you are aware of awareness. It is not a simple awareness. It is complex. You are aware of your awareness. Then there are moments when you are aware of your unawareness. But unawareness continues as substratum.